Voyagers. Just gonna show you a busy day here. Blowing leaves. We've been moving, as you can tell, the camp we were at, they're letting us use their trailer to move all our stuff that we had in the shop at camp. So if you don't recall, when we hit the road and traveled, we had a 15 by 20 or 20 by 10 storage shed for the farm stuff. And then we had another 10 by 15 for our indoor furniture. So we had a lot of stuff in storage. Another reason why I love this property, in our wedding, we had basically the flower slash shrub called forsythia. That was the main flower in our wedding at St. George Island. And I didn't realize it until the leaves dropped and started changing, but check this out. So we've never moved into a property and already had forsythia. All the properties we've had, we've planted it or had like one bush of it. But we have a gigantic set here. I gotta cut all this privet out of here and dig that out to really let this flourish. It's great. Corey has no idea that we have that forsythia. So I'm gonna surprise her. What's another reason why we're supposed to?
Oh, is that forsythia?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
This whole shrub is.
Awesome. We gotta get this privet out of here.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
That's so cool. We've never had forsythia except for
when we planted it. Right. But yeah, this whole thing's forsythia.
Wow. It's a lot of forsythia.
They're about to drop this big old pine tree. We're dropping it in between my neighbor's house so it doesn't fall on the RV or the barn. They wanted to drop it that way and I was like, no. So he has the skid steer down there. He's gonna be pulling it. They limbed it all the way up to the top. It's pretty much dead, so it's probably gonna snap in half at the bottom. Hey. Okie dokie. So our friends Brian and Laura from Trail Dust Wanderlust that we go camping with all the time, they're headed this way. He's actually going to bring his splitter that he has over at his property, and we are going to be splitting all these trees, all these pines into some outside firewood, some firewood to take to other campsites, let it season for a good year. I know pine's not the best, but it is free wood to work with. So we also have this big oak, the branch that was taken out. There's gonna be some pretty neat projects coming up. We're gonna share with you how we're gonna be able to harvest a lot of this wood for some pretty neat initiatives that we have going on. We also got free mulch for the homestead now. So we have this free mulch now we can use for our beds and put some in the compost and let it creating biomass for next year for composting. Always trying to make use of everything here on the homestead, always trying to be sustainable. You cut down a tree, what can you use it for? I need to speak with my neighbor. He has a wood mill shop in his garage, and it would be awesome to be able to turn some of this pine into some fence post or extra wood to build chicken coops with. We don't know yet. Excited to get the splitter though, and boy do we have plenty of wood to split. I was gonna put it in the shop. Okay. So I mean, you can keep pulling up. Go right up past it. Right there, and we just pull it in. That's good. It's a nice one.
Yeah, somebody used it and returned it. So they had it on clearance. Called to my neighbor because he just got all those logs dropped, and I said, hey, they got this killer deal. You want to go halfsies with me? Working is out. Somehow I've got 2.5 acres, but still don't have 4x8 covered space, which is perfect.
So this is, it will stand completely up, right?
Yeah.
You take out this pin.
So you take out this pin, but if you've got smaller logs, it's actually a lot easier on your back to do it this way.
Right.
Because
so I could cut to this measurement.
Yeah. You need to cut to this measurement or a little smaller. I mean, usual firewood length is like 18 inches.
Right.
Give or take, 1'6". But yeah, so then if you got bigger rounds, or especially when you're starting off, you may find it's better to go through first and break them down a little bit.
Right.
Well,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So you slide it up. Really, the way to do it is just pull it back, and it'll slide itself up. Forward, rotate it back up. It's pretty well weighted.
Yeah, that's a great one.
And then put the pin back in. You want me to crank it up, show you how to run it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've used them before, but every single one's different, right?
Yeah, it's handy to have a refresher. So check the oil every so often. Just make sure that it's up to it. The dipstick is down in the bottom of the oil pan somehow. Maybe that was what was broken and why they returned it. I don't know. Seems to run just fine though. But either one of these plugs, you just pop them off and make sure the oil's up to the bottom of the lip. So power, fuel, make sure both those are on when you go, and then to kill it, you just shut that off, and then you can turn off the fuel if you want. Crank it up, got choke, full gas, and I just cranked it. The way it works best though is to have two people. If you've got the big ones, just get down and kneel and you're just feeding it in and working it while the other
rotate
guy feeds you.
Right.
But you'll actually find that doing the full return is not as efficient unless you've got really long logs. So you'll actually want to catch it before it gets all the way back up, because that's that much longer that has to go down.
Right.
So,
Sweet.
yeah.
All right, fellow Voyagers, thanks for watching this episode.
Yes, thank you.
A lot of hard work. It's cold outside. We have the limb removed that could potentially fall on the house, the dead pine tree. So we're now getting to a state here at the Haystack Homestead where we can push away the threats from tree limbs falling and start focusing on the property and the land. But it's coming together, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
But as always, join the road. Y'all have fun out there. And until next time, we'll see you later.
See you later.
Oh.